From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, April the 25th, 2024. The IDF continues its battle against terror group Hamas in Gaza and announced 2 casualties over the holiday weekend. They are 42-year-old Sergeant First Class in Reserve Salem Al-Karishat, who was killed in battle on Monday in northern Gaza, and on Sunday, 27-year-old Major in Reserve Dor Zimmel, who died of wounds he sustained on April the 17th. The IDF also continues to defend its border with Lebanon, responding to threats and attacks from terror group Hezbollah. Terror group Hamas published a propaganda video yesterday showing American-Israeli hostage Hersh Goldberg-Polin seen for the first time since he was violently kidnapped from the Nova Music Festival on October the 7th. Now, it is not entirely clear when the video was made. The Goldberg-Polin does reference that he's been held captive for nearly 200 days, but he is reading from a script written by Hamas, which includes demands of the Israeli government to return the hostages or resign. Now, keep in mind, these hostage videos are made under duress. Hersh's parents, Rachel and John Goldberg-Polin, said they were relieved to see their son alive, but expressed deep concern for him and for all of the remaining hostages, urging, they said, all of the leaders who have been negotiating for a hostage deal to get a deal done, and had a message for their son.
We love you. Stay strong. Survive.
IDF spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari spoke about the video of Hersh as well.
Hersh has been held by Hamas in Gaza for over 200 days. 133 hostages are still being held by Hamas in Gaza for over 200 days in inhumane conditions. Until Hamas releases our hostages, the IDF will continue to pursue Hamas everywhere in Gaza. This is an urgent call for action. We will leave no stone unturned in our efforts to find our hostages. This psychological terror video is not only a reminder of what Hamas did on October 7th, it is a reminder of how sick this terror group is, terrorizing the hostages and their families too. To Hersh's parents, Rachel and John, our hearts are with you. We will continue doing everything in our power to bring your son Hersh and all our hostages back home.
U.S. President Joe Biden met at the White House yesterday with a released American-Israeli hostage, Abigail Edan. He wrote, last year we secured the release of Abigail, a 4-year-old who is being held by Hamas. She's remarkable and recovering from unspeakable trauma, saying our time together yesterday was a reminder of the work we have in front of us to secure the release of all remaining hostages. Abigail's parents were murdered on October the 7th. She was taken captive and released some 7 weeks later during the release deal between Israel and Hamas at the end of November. And the White House today released a joint statement from the leaders of the United States, Argentina, Austria, Brazil, Bulgaria, Canada, Colombia, Denmark, France, Germany, Hungary, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Serbia, Spain, Thailand, and the United Kingdom, stating, we call for the immediate release of all hostages held by Hamas in Gaza for over 200 days. They include our own citizens. The leaders noting there is a deal on the table and said we strongly support the ongoing mediation efforts in order to bring our people home. We reiterate our call on Hamas to release the hostages and let us end this crisis so that collectively we can focus our efforts on bringing peace and stability to the region. The families of the 8 American-Israeli hostages still being held in Gaza called the joint statement historic. They said, "We are grateful to President Biden and his administration for building this coalition of nations to bring attention to the magnitude of this crisis. Together, the international community must continue to act in coordination and with determination to keep the pressure on the terrorist leaders of Hamas." The U.S. Senate yesterday passed a $95 billion aid package to Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan, with an overwhelming majority of 79 to 18. The vote after the House had approved the package on Saturday. President Biden, who signed the bill into law yesterday, said the need is urgent, and saying specifically about Israel that it just faced unprecedented attacks from Iran. Instead of the aid package in general, this critical legislation will make our nation and world more secure as we support our friends who are defending themselves against terrorists like Hamas and tyrants like Putin. Some 30,000 worshipers gathered at the Kotel, the Western Wall in Jerusalem's Old City today for Birkat HaKohanim, the priestly blessing given during the intermediary days of Passover, this year with special text added to the prayers for the release of the hostages. Well, disturbing anti-Israel protests are spreading to even more college campuses here in the U.S., including the University of Southern California, the University of Texas, Austin, Yale, and NYU, where police made a number of arrests over the last few days. And at Columbia, where an anti-Israel encampment still remains on campus, the school having extended a deadline to clear the encampment until midnight tomorrow. The wave of protests has left many Jewish students on campuses feeling unsafe, with verbal and physical threats and actions reported. The Hill cited White House Deputy Press Secretary Andrew Bates saying on Monday that while every American has the right to peaceful protest, calls for violence and physical intimidation targeting Jewish students are blatantly anti-Semitic, unconscionable, and dangerous, adding that echoing the rhetoric of terrorist organizations, especially in the wake of the worst massacre committed against the Jewish people since the Holocaust, is despicable. And in President Biden's statement for Passover on Monday, he said of the calls for violence against Jews, "This blatant anti-Semitism is reprehensible and dangerous, and it has absolutely no place on college campuses or anywhere in our country." Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, April the 25th. At 7 o'clock, Yoni Asseraf, recipient of the Medal of Courage in the Second Lebanon War, shares his experiences after October the 7th. At 8, Shahar Azani speaks with Israeli champion stock car racing driver Alon about how he was personally affected by the events of October the 7th. At 8:30, Shahar speaks with Karen Dahan about the increase in both Jewish and non-Jewish volunteers dedicating their time to Israel since October the 7th. At 9, Irvin Unger is on L'chaim. At 10, a look at creating art from Torah. At 10:30, an encore of this newscast. And coming up next, Dr. Eyal Pinko breaks down Iran's recent attack on Israel with Talia Dekel-Fleissig. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, April the 25th, 2024. I'm Teisha Bader. Am Yisrael Chai.